Blink, and it's gone. A whisper in the wind, a shadow in the forest, a ripple in the ocean. The silence left behind when a species vanishes is absolute and eternal. Extinction is not a distant, abstract concept. It is a quiet crisis unfolding around us, right now. These 8 animals are racing time. Their stories are a stark reminder of what we stand to lose. We will count down from the precipice of survival to the very edge of oblivion, where a handful of heartbeats are all that separate a species from memory. Number 8. The California condor. With a wingspan stretching nearly 10 feet, this magnificent bird is a living link to the Pleistocene era, a master of the skies that once soared over much of North America. They are nature's cleanup crew, vital to the health of their ecosystem. Yet by 1987, their numbers had plummeted to just 27 individuals on the entire planet. In a desperate last-ditch effort, all remaining wild condors were captured to begin an intensive captive breeding program. Once nearly extinct, a few hundred now survive thanks to these monumental efforts. But their recovery is precarious. As scavengers, they inadvertently consume lead fragments from the remains of animals shot with lead ammunition. This lead poisoning is the single greatest threat to their survival in the wild. Combined with a naturally slow reproductive rate, raising only 1 chick every 2 years, their population remains fragile. The California condor is a symbol of conservation's power, but also a testament to how one persistent threat can hold a species hostage on the brink. Number 7. The saola. So elusive it's known as the Asian unicorn. This mysterious forest dweller was completely unknown to science until 1992, discovered in the Annamite Mountains of Vietnam and Laos. It is one of the rarest large mammals on Earth. The saola has been photographed in the wild only a handful of times. It has never been successfully kept in captivity, adding to its mystique and the challenge of saving it. Scientists believe maybe 100 are left, perhaps far fewer, hiding from the relentless threat of poachers' snares. These snares, set for other animals like wild boar and deer, indiscriminately kill saola, silently wiping out a species we have barely begun to understand. Number 6. The Javan rhino. Once widespread across Southeast Asia, this armored giant is now one of the most endangered large mammals in the world. A single, isolated population of under 75 individuals clings to existence in just one location: Ujung Kulon National Park on the western tip of Java, Indonesia. This solitary stronghold makes the entire species incredibly vulnerable. A single disease outbreak or a devastating tsunami could wipe them out in an instant. While poaching for their horns drove them to this point, their primary threat today is their confinement. The park is at capacity, and the lack of genetic diversity poses a long-term risk. Conservationists are working tirelessly to establish a second population, a critical step to give this prehistoric-looking marvel a fighting chance. Number 5. The Hainan gibbon. High in the canopy of a single forest patch on China's Hainan island lives the world's rarest primate. Known for their enchanting morning song, a complex duet between male and female that echoes through the trees, their calls are growing fainter. Today, there are fewer than 45. They form small family groups, but the total population is fragmented into just a few clusters. Decades of habitat loss from logging and agriculture pushed them into this tiny, isolated pocket of forest. While the forest is now protected, the gibbons face a new challenge. Their fragmented habitat makes it difficult for groups to meet and breed, creating a genetic bottleneck. Efforts to create canopy bridges, simple rope corridors, offer a glimmer of hope, a way to reconnect these families and allow their song to continue for generations to come. Number 4. The Amur leopard, a creature of breathtaking beauty, perfectly adapted to the harsh, snowy forests of the Russian Far East and northern China. With its thick, pale coat and widely spaced rosettes, it is a ghost of the forest, a solitary hunter navigating a shrinking world. It is the rarest big cat on Earth. Thanks to intensive conservation efforts, their numbers have rebounded from a terrifying low of just 30 individuals a few decades ago. Today, the population is estimated to be around 200. This success is due to the creation of protected areas, anti-poaching patrols, and programs to maintain their prey base of deer and boar. However, the threats of habitat loss and the risk of inbreeding remain. The survival of the Amur leopard hangs in a delicate balance, a testament to both human-driven decline and our capacity for dedicated restoration. Number 3. The Sumatran tiger. The last of Indonesia's island tigers, this is the smallest surviving tiger subspecies, uniquely adapted to the dense jungles of Sumatra. Its darker coat and narrower stripes provide perfect camouflage as it stalks its prey through the undergrowth. An estimated 350 to 400 remain in the wild. Their existence is threatened on two fronts: relentless poaching for their skin, bones, and other parts for the illegal wildlife trade, and the rapid destruction of their forest home for palm oil plantations and agriculture. As their habitat shrinks, tigers are forced into closer contact with humans, leading to conflict that often ends with the tiger being killed. Protecting the remaining forest corridors and enforcing strict anti-poaching laws are the only things standing between the Sumatran tiger and extinction. Number 2. The northern white rhino. This is not just a species on the brink. It is a species that is functionally extinct. The last male, Sudan, died in 2018, leaving only 2 females remaining: his daughter, Najin, and her daughter, Fatu. They live under 24-hour armed guard at the Olpejeta Conservancy in Kenya. They are the last of their kind, living reminders of a lineage wiped out by decades of rampant poaching. Their story is one of profound loss. Yet, there is a sliver of hope, not in the wild, but in a laboratory. Scientists have harvested eggs from the 2 females and have successfully created viable embryos using frozen sperm from deceased males. The hope is that these embryos can one day be implanted into a surrogate southern white rhino, potentially bringing the northern white rhino back from the dead through advanced IVF technology. It is an extraordinary, desperate gamble against extinction. And number 1, the vaquita, the world's smallest and most critically endangered marine mammal. Found only in the northern corner of the Gulf of California, this tiny porpoise is known as the panda of the sea for the distinctive dark rings around its eyes. It is shy, elusive, and disappearing faster than any other animal on this list. There are now under 10 left. The vaquita is not hunted directly. It is the tragic, unintended victim of illegal fishing for another endangered species, the totoaba fish. The gillnets used to catch the totoaba are invisible walls of death for the vaquita, which become entangled and drown. Despite a ban on these nets, illegal fishing continues, pushing the vaquita toward an imminent and silent extinction. Without the complete elimination of gillnet fishing in their habitat, we will be the last generation to share the planet with this beautiful, smiling porpoise. From the skies of California to the seas of Mexico, these stories are an urgent alarm. They are not inevitable tragedies. They are the direct result of habitat loss, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict. But in each story, there is also hope, in the tireless work of conservationists, in the power of policy, and in the growing awareness that our planet's health is tied to the survival of every species. We must act now, or they vanish forever. You can be part of the solution. Support organizations dedicated to wildlife protection. Make sustainable choices in what you buy, and use your voice to advocate for policies that protect our planet's precious biodiversity. Like and subscribe for more wildlife stories.